Pisces, we are about to tap the hell in, okay? Alright, so if you have Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini in your chart, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, this is your reading now through November, mid-November, okay? So let's see what the spiritual energy is for you. What's going on with my air sign elementals? Okay, redemption. So this is about redemption after making mistakes via ego and hate and criticism. So I don't know if this is you or you were dealing with somebody that was very hateful and egocentric, that was very criticizing of you, or you were criticizing of someone. I don't judge y'all. I'm just here to give the messages. If you are the karmic in this story, all I ask is that you are open to these messages and you are open to the idea of ascending and being better than yesterday, okay? So it's looking like somebody has to redeem themselves for some mistakes that they made because they weren't valid or they weren't justified. They were coming from a hateful place and they were being projected onto the wrong person. Somebody was criticizing somebody, but it was not warranted, okay, is what I'm getting. Somebody's initials, first, middle, last, could be P, A, C, or H. This could be you, them, or who they're dealing with. Somebody here could have a life path 2. Somebody here could have a life path 1. Somebody could be born in 64 or be 46. Somebody could be 49 or be born in 94. Somebody could be born in 67 or in 76. Somebody could be a life path 4 or a life path 3. Okay, so let's see. Let me get a word. What's going on? He's born in 64. Okay. Reflect. Okay, yeah, so this is maybe somebody's reflecting on their behavior and they're realizing that this isn't the image that they want to live by. Like maybe they don't like their reflection, or maybe somebody has been reflecting on their actions and they're realizing that they were in the wrong. Okay. To show a reverse image of somebody or something on a mirror or other reflective surface to express or be an indicator of something. Maybe something has been expressed, or maybe somebody wants to express something, y'all. So let's see. What is this about? What else do we need to know? Somebody here could have been a sneaky sly fox. They could have done something, you know, not cool. Okay, they could have been a trickster with somebody here that's a leader, that has a lot of self-control. Fire and earth could be significant. Mighty and brave king of the jungle, help me reclaim the hidden power within. Somebody here loves themselves, and because somebody was hateful and egocentric, they criticized this energy maybe, and they were a trickster with this energy. Not a good look. If you're gonna be a trickster with somebody, don't do it with a lion. Somebody did not have an eagle eye view. They did not know what they were talking about. Okay. Let me get a crystal or a gemstone that would be helpful to meditate with for my air elementals. Moss agate. Yeah, this is earth energy. It came out in the reverse. So somebody here is very strongly connected to nature. Somebody is not. Somebody needs to get grounded. Or they have like a sick relationship with like material world. Like they're way overboard with it. Or they have a poverty mindset. One of the two. Okay? But somebody needs more earth energy. Whatever that's, you know, symbolizes for whoever this message is for. Okay, so this Moss Agate is strongly connected, and I'm wearing it, by the way. This is Moss Agate, y'all. This bracelet right here. I love this stone. Okay, it's like purpley green, or sometimes just green. There's different shades of it. But this is found across the globe. It is considered to be a lucky stone. Working with the heart chakra, this stone brings abundance and growth to your life. Maybe somebody has been resisting growth and it's affected their abundance. Okay, this brings all of the healing properties of earth, air, and water with it. Okay, thank you, love. So get that ass some Moss Agate, air signs. Okay. Let's see. Let's get a soul truth for my windies now through mid-November. To whom am I comparing myself to right now? What you are able to see in another is only visible because it is within you, ready to be brought out. Shine light on this feeling of not enough and see the truth. All that you need and want is within you. Today, stop comparing and start creating. Maybe somebody was envious or jealous, like it triggered something, seeing something in someone else, and they blame that person for the trigger, the negative feelings that they had, but it really wasn't them doing anything to them. It was something that was unhealed, and they kept comparing themselves to somebody. What else could this mean? There are always multiple ways to look at every situation. Our first reaction is usually rooted in our fears and limiting beliefs. Exactly. Look at a situation today by stepping outside of the trigger, exactly, and ask, what else could this mean? That's why it's very important to go inwards and introspect, y'all. Because you can end up hurting somebody that's innocent, that is just being themselves, that maybe has leadership qualities that maybe you haven't, or somebody hasn't like fully like, they don't have that within themselves, and instead of seeing that for what it is, they then start hating on and criticizing the person that does have those qualities. But they didn't do anything. They just conquered that in themselves first before you did, maybe. But that doesn't mean you can't both be leaders. You just have to do the work. Okay? So this is about, is there something in your soul that is calling you to learn in this moment, or is there a pattern that is ready to be broken? Walk in the other person's shoes and see it from their perspective. If it doesn't involve someone else, ask yourself, how is life happening for me right now? Okay, so this is about empathy. This is about introspection and realizing what's a trigger. The difference between a trigger and somebody purposely doing something to you with malice. Okay, there's a huge difference. Okay, so somebody needs to do some inner shadow work. Okay, is what it feels like. Somebody just needs to do some shadow work here. Give me something on money and career now through mid-November for Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. Okay. So some candle manifestation magic might be helpful right now. It looks like somebody can't anchor something in when there's no cup of love or no purpose. There's a lack of prosperity here because somebody hasn't taken the right action or anchored something in, or they're running on empty in some kind of a way here. They're not taking care of business. They're not nurturing something, maybe themselves. Maybe somebody needs to nurture themselves. Or maybe they haven't been nurtured enough in their childhood, or, you know, put it where it fits, y'all. But there's some kind of lack of water element here, and it's affecting their money. Because, like, when you don't love yourself, y'all, you're going to do crazy shit for money. You're not going to be on your soul's purpose. So it's really, really beneficial to heal that. Because then you can lead your own path and take control of your own path. And it will lead you to your prosperity. Whether you believe that or not is up to you. But I'm here through experience to tell you that it's the truth. I'm literally a perfect example. Okay? So this is about taking action. This is about ambition, hustling, manifesting money. This is about somebody would be very good at management or a high-ranking position. Okay? Something where they get to oversee things. There's going to be some kind of sudden change here. Maybe something to do with art, artistic energy, or something like a temp job or some kind of fun work here. Because somebody has won over someone's heart and they want to seal the deal. They want to make it official. Somebody's efforts are going to pay off. And this might not bring peace to everybody, but it's going to bring peace to the one who wants to recognize this. Okay? And that's really what matters anyway. Okay? Some kind of support is coming in here. Somebody would be an outstanding teacher, counselor, psychiatrist, guide, and somebody here is destined for advancement and fame in some kind of a way. Like, it's just because they do something with their full heart here. And with the right support, it would just be even more, you know, successful. This could have something to do with something artistic or just something with matters of the heart here. And this is something that maybe somebody's been manifesting, but they haven't anchored it in yet, and maybe they want to. Okay? Somebody here could be ex-military or be part of a military. There could be some kind of contracts or documents or, you know, something coming in or paperwork that somebody has to do. Okay? Okay, so let's see. Yeah, it's scary taking the first steps, but you're not going to regret it if it's right. If it's the right steps, even if it's baby steps. At least you're making some kind of progress. Okay, let's get a rune. Dagas. Okay, this is about transformation. The day. This rune is of the dawn, of the light, which dominates the shade. It represents the transformation. Scorpio energy. Okay, so this is like light winning over darkness. So this is like the dawn of a new era in a good way. Okay? So it's time to transform something or within. Some kind of transformation needs to take place. Maybe this is divine intervention. It feels really beautiful and necessary and needed. And it's like maybe something harsh had to take place in order for this to commence. Because it was the only way that it was going to open the eyes of those that needed to see. Okay. Let me get a suggestion card. Okay, take a laughter recess. I totally believe in this. Even if it's the most morbid shit ever and it's the worst shit going on in your life, you have to laugh. It's the way of survival, y'all. It also indicates high intelligence, okay? Take a laughter recess, my Windies, okay? Life often feels very serious, but taking time in your day for a dose of laughter is a mindfulness habit that is well worth the effort. Laughter is a powerful way to lift your mood and release tension. Absolutely, y'all. Find something that makes you laugh, whether it's a funny video, a joke, or a conversation with a friend. As you laugh, notice how your body feels and how the tension melts away. Allow yourself to fully enjoy the moment, letting go of stress and any lingering worries. Laughter can provide a quick mental reset, boosting your mood and energy. Absolutely. Yeah, people love your laugh. I love your laugh. You know, Joel said that he loved your laugh. I remember that. Yeah, some laughter is contagious, y'all, which is always great, okay? Okay, let's get a totem animal for Gemini, Aquarius, Libra for now through November. Okay, let's see. Okay, something's gonna slow down because somebody here is quick. Somebody wanted to slow down someone quick. I'm getting air energy and earth energy here. Okay, so as we know, if you've been here before, I've mentioned that the dragonfly is the fastest insect that there is. That it can travel up to 35 miles per hour, and it can eat up to 100 mosquitoes a day. Okay, so don't kill these gods of the air. Okay, but it's coming out in the reverse. So let's go over this here. DC, maybe Washington DC could be significant, or CD. Maybe something about CDs, like old music, or that could be like somebody's initials. Put where it fits, y'all. Okay, so when this comes out in the reverse, this is about, it should be about illusion, change, speed, hydration, reflection, transformation, but it's in the reverse. So somebody's been resisting transformation, but we got the rune of transformation, which means that no matter what, it needs to happen. Something needs to transform, okay? Somebody needs to look at something from a different perspective, and there needs to be some kind of change here, but it needs to not be fast, actually. It needs to be slow in this case, so that it's real, so that it sticks, so that when you integrate it, it actually sticks. Okay, because maybe this is one of those things where you need to rewire your whole brain, because maybe you've believed something or operated in a way for a very long time, but it's very clear that there needs to be something changed with this, because something's not right about it, or you're dealing with somebody like this. Okay. So the dragonfly wisdom is that sometimes just being aware that you like to change something in your life is enough to get the energy of transformation buzzing. When the dragonfly appears, ask yourself if you are seeing people, places, and things as they really are. So because it's the reverse, somebody wasn't. Somebody was coming from a hateful place and they were very criticizing. They weren't seeing somebody for who they really were. It's almost as if they projected a narrative onto somebody of who they were, or they two-dimensionalized somebody, but it wasn't accurate. So this is why this needs to happen, because that's not fair. Okay, so ask yourself if you're seeing people, places, and things as they really are. Have you been putting a colorful shine on things as an avoidance tactic? When you let go of what's holding you back and allow yourself to fly, like truly take flight, you'll be unstoppable. Okay, is what this is about. All right, let's get some more messages. And it's okay to be wrong, you guys. It's okay. It's embarrassing, but it's more embarrassing to stand your ground on something that you know is already a bad look and you know it's wrong. Like, so once you figure out that it's wrong, this is where humility comes in, and this is where transformation takes place in a good way. if you were the wrong one, okay, it's okay. It's okay. It's actually admirable for people that can admit when they're wrong. We need more people like this. Okay, so what other messages? But if you're dealing with somebody like this, you'll be able to see a lot about their character. It's like, it's clear that something's wrong. How they react to that will show you a lot about what kind of person you're dealing with. Okay. All right. What other messages? Ooh, yeah. See, ego and hate, y'all. Somebody was evil-eyeing somebody. This is somebody who has not reclaimed their own power, or they didn't want you to reclaim your power. They were going to celebrate if you didn't reclaim your power. This is somebody who had extreme hatred for somebody. Why? They didn't want somebody to honor their word? Wow. Jeez. Okay. So somebody here was really evil-eyeing somebody, which is really dark, which is black magic, y'all. Just like putting out bad words against somebody that isn't true, manipulating the energies, wishing ill will on somebody, especially when it's not justified. That's considered black magic, and there's repercussions for it. If somebody doesn't absorb that energy, it's going to bounce back, and everything that you wished on somebody else is what's going to come back towards you. So that's why it's never good to wish ill will on anybody unless you know that somebody's like a psycho killer or something and they deserve it, okay? That's a different story. But nobody deserves evil eye. Like, nobody deserves to have to give their power away and for somebody to celebrate that. That's really evil. It really is evil. I'm really sorry if you had to deal with this, or if this is you, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, please be better. This is not okay. You don't celebrate somebody being insecure. That's not how you feel powerful. That's an illusion. That's not real power. That doesn't mean somebody's better than somebody. That just means that somebody's a bully. Okay? And bullies aren't powerful. They're just unhealed children. Yeah, somebody didn't want somebody to honor their word. They wanted somebody unseen. Wow. May 6th, May 15th could be significant. May 28th, May 18th, May 14th. So Taurus could be significant. Let's see. Let's get into this. Okay, evil eye. We rarely get that. That's intense. Okay. So, as much as we'd all love to believe that there is no one out there who has our worst interests at heart, it is simply not true. Someone could be paying too close attention to your every move right now, even if they aren't vocal about it, whether it be a stranger who follows you online or a person in close proximity to you, or an acquaintance, because we pulled acquaintance earlier. There are snakes hiding in the grass. This is about deception and intention. So when this comes out in the upward, somebody's spiritually covered. Animosity will not thrive where they are. However, take into account that you might not know your secret critic directly, and you may be sharing too much information, or maybe somebody close to you is sharing information with this person. Okay? You are giving too many details publicly to hate on. Hold back. Think before speaking, and do not overshare at this time. Keep both your wins and your losses to yourself. Practice protection rituals at this time. Wow. Somebody was celebrating somebody being insecure and feeling lost, which is so mean. My God. Ugh. Yucky energy. Okay. Somebody owes somebody an apology. Probably won't be a real one, though. Because if somebody's this hateful, I don't know. Alright, what other messages for Gemini, Libra, Aquarius?